First impressions last. Here are 3 ways to dress your response for success. Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shavin Bandardanayaka. Just as you may dress for success when it comes to a recruitment or an interview that you may be participating or attending in terms of getting into a job opportunity, the same can be said about impressing an examiner with your responses. Oftentimes on this very YouTube channel, as well as the different platforms the Law Simplified is disseminated on, I've tried to impress upon you, as well as my Fast Track and Masterclass students, how important response articulation is. If you'd like to learn how to intricately carve out your own niche style in terms of academic responses, I'd highly recommend having a look at the online law school platform. The workshop series in particular will help you go from a pass to an ace in relation to formulating your responses in a manner not just expected by examiners around the world, but also ones which would impress them to a level that will grant you access to that elite club of first-class law students. Now, how exactly can you incorporate certain traits, so to speak, within your responses that indicate that you are above and beyond other law students? Number 1, exude confidence in responding to a question. Now, you might think that this is easier said than done, but there are certain tricks of the trade, so to speak, that you can show an examiner through the way in which you articulate the response itself. For instance, if you are presented with a problem or a fact pattern scenario in which the possibility of one or more outcomes is present, try and articulate your response that indicates that you're resolved and convinced of one particular outcome, and argue vehemently in order to achieve that outcome. More often than not, examiners are often frustrated by students that try to show multiple outcomes or multiple possibilities, essentially indicating that they themselves are unsure of the response and showcase to an examiner that they are on the fence. Number 2, show your personality to the examiner. Now, you may wonder, how exactly can you show who you are to an examiner that's hundreds, if not thousands of miles away, and to whom there is no name, only a number representative of yourself? Now, on a number of occasions on this YouTube channel, I've tried to impress upon you on certain words and phrases that you could incorporate into your answer scripts that immediately instigate this switch, so to speak, in your examiner that tells them that this is in fact you who's talking, that it's your opinion that's being communicated. Have a look at some of the links in the description below or the card that will pop up above me, where I've gone ahead and shown examples of how you could take an argument that you have, but incorporate this unique and distinctive terminologies to indicate to an examiner that this is you talking, this is your opinion. Number 3, be straightforward, be direct. There are many a times that I've seen examination scripts and students providing responses that go around the bush, so to speak, without getting to the fundamental argument. From an examiner's standpoint, this looks like a person that's wasting their time, as well as who's unsure of how to go about things. I often give this argument of throwing everything at the examiner along with the kitchen sink. And by doing that, the examiner knows that you yourself aren't confident about what you're saying. So get to the point as quickly as possible, be pragmatic with the language that you're using, be direct, and as I mentioned in the first point that we spoke of, be very confident at doing so. Just like in any recruitment situation, your answer script exudes who you are. Your examiner does not have the benefit of speaking to you in person, seeing you in person, or for that matter, shaking your hand. The only representation of you is the script, the black and white that has been presented to your respective examiner. In order to showcase and highlight who you are through that, try and incorporate these three aspects. Be confident in how you respond. Use as much as possible circumstances which indicate that you are being direct and forthcoming, and by no means try to beat around the bush, so to speak. That being said, until the next time that we speak, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.